Hi, I'm an alcoholic and my name is Gina. I'm back, yes. Lately I've had the privilege of watching some heavy hitter speakers. At least they were to me. Russell Spatz, Bobby Lincoln, Eddie Pirro, and my goal is really the best I can hope for is to be a servant. The big book's objective is to enable the sufferer to find a power greater than themselves to solve all their problems. And it gives us the answer to the insane idea, that one more of anything would be a good idea. And I've been privileged to run a big book study on Wednesday night. And some people come just because they need a meeting, and some people come because they're interested in going through the steps, and some people come for sponsorship training. And the people that have made the commitment to be there week after week, we've been on the most awesome journey. Bill Wilson is trying to build an archway in which we're going to walk through free people. And to do that, he starts with building a strong foundation. And that's what we did. It's by reading and examining the doctor's opinion, which describes the allergy and the physical craving and the mental obsession. I have an allergy just like if I ate strawberries, I would break out in a rash. When I drink alcohol, I have a bodily and mentally different reaction from normal people. And the obsession of the mind is really just thinking that any more of one more thing of anything would be a good idea, and it's not. It never is. And I fall victim to that mental obsession. And clearly my old thinking was insane, And even though the 12-step method has been the same for almost 80 years, the process that everybody takes, the 12 steps, is going to vary from person to person. What we're trying to do is connect the dots. It's not a matter of even seeing our part in it, because that just assumes that somebody else has a part in it as well. Alcohol and drugs were never my problem. They were always my solution. Alcohol was my best friend, and it was literally stabbing me in the back. Alcoholism did not let me die. Maybe slowly I was killing myself, but I was living in misery, and it wanted me to suffer, and the people that loved me suffered too. I had to completely surrender. I didn't come in there. How? Honest, open-minded, and willing. Out of sheer desperation, I came in willing. I was so open-minded, my brains were falling out. And almost 2 years later, I'm finding out that I'm just getting honest now. So I took this gamble, I saw that other people were solving their problems with a belief in God. And as soon as I was able to admit I was powerless over alcohol and the alcoholic, and my life was unmanageable with or without the drink, I crawled back in AA. And let me tell you, I did not come to believe by myself. There was overwhelming evidence and testimony, not only from the first 100 that wrote the big book, but from the people in the rooms. that's how I came to believe. And my decision was really a bargain. It was God lifting the obsession to use, and I was going to fulfill my commitment, which was doing the 12 steps. And I did. And I've been doing them all over and over with the girls that I sponsor. And it's all a matter of how badly do you want to recover. Well, let me tell you something. I wanted to recover so badly. For me, it was emergency surgery. I was in the emergency surgery room, and people were willing to take a chance on me, and it was so far so good. You know, I was able to move to the recovery room, and some people get to go home after that. I'm still in the recovery room, although my recovery process includes helping other people get through the 12 steps and understand the big book. And that's what we're doing here today. Connecting the dots to see where I was selfish, where I was wrong, how I could have hurt other people. And it all started with building a strong foundation. And next, we were able to pour cement. Meeting makers don't always make it. I found out rather quickly, this time around, that I needed to pick up that million-pound pen. I always thought in the past I was different, that somehow the steps weren't for me. Or it was like a smorgasbord. I enjoyed 1, 2, and 3. I was never going to do 4. Therefore, I could never do 8 and 9. 10, yeah, that looked alright. 11, I did not know how to pray or meditate, but I loved 12 because it made me feel good. It was a buffet. I picked and choose what I liked. And today I understand they are in order for a reason. And it was vital and crucial. My life depended on it, and it does today. Today I am willing to go to any length for victory over alcoholism. I remain that willing to this very second. And I did pick up that million-pound pen. I'll tell you what, picking up the phone was easier for me. So once I was able to build a strong foundation and add the necessary cement, now I have a house built on cement, not sand. And then we were able to put the cornerstone in, and that's a stone that supports all the weight. And that was me putting all my faith in God. It wasn't saying, God, you can have this, but I think I'll hold on to this. It was almost like telling God I knew better than him. And that was not an overnight matter. That took practice and dedication and discipline, you know. And I'll tell you what, I'm so happy not being the boss today. I had to fire myself daily, constantly. I would have the conversation in my head chattering at me at night, and I'd fall asleep and I'd wake up instantaneously with the same conversation going on in my head. It was ridiculous. You know, I was able to build that archway, putting in the keystone, and that was what swung the door into the arch for me. And I always tell John Donahue, although he would think it was just giving me a ride that day, he was driving me over the bridge of reason, stopping, and I was able to take that leap onto the land of faith. And I have never looked back. yet. And, you know, I'm almost 23 months sober, and I'm still developing my own story. Nothing I say is unique, but that's okay. Gina, one of the people that I admire the most, told me rather early on that when you share in a meeting, limit your sharing time, otherwise it's all ego and you're really basically just repeating yourself. And someone else told me this: does it need to be said? Does it need to be said now? And does it need to be said now by me? And I do share frequently, but my message is to the newcomer, because I might be the only thing that newcomer hears when he walks through the doors of AA. And I want to let them know that this program works. This program absolutely works. It saves lives. And today, my life consists of getting myself right-sized in the presence of God. How can I be of maximum service to God and to others? And that's what I do. And my life is beyond awesome. And I'm still developing my own story. I like to be the teacher. You know, I'm also like a sponge. Now that I know a little bit about God, I want to know all about God. And my sponsor told me it's super important to tell your story so that somebody else can identify. And, you know, my hope is one day that my story won't be so sad and I'll be able to be funny. And I love Russell Spatz. I think he is like the most amazing person. I've had the opportunity of meeting him in person, and I've been to some of his step groups, and I just think he's funny. And Bobby Linkhorn, I think, is the most amazing young woman. I would travel anywhere to get my drugs, and I promise you I travel anywhere now to go to meetings to hear the message. It's about carrying the message today, not the mess. So I'm gonna go out of my way to help other people connect the dots in their life, and go on this journey together. And I owe AA everything. I could never, ever repay AA. There is nowhere I'd rather be than in an AA meeting. And I thank God for the gift of sobriety. The grace of God is an unearned gift. The pink cloud that people tell me I'm on is so man-made. This too shall pass. I believe the grace of God is eternal. And every morning I write a letter to God telling him how grateful I am not to just have woken up sober, but to enjoy nature and the people that God puts in my life today who help me along this journey. So I'm going to make more videos. And I hope you'll join me. I love all of you so much. Have a great day.